Hey guys, welcome to beer review number 3000. Oh yeah. Let's go see what's in the fridge today.
Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews, beer review number 3000. What? Have I really done that many beers already? Yep, sure have. 3000 beers. Incredible. When I first started doing this, guys, I thought it would be something that probably last a year or two and I'd be done. And here we are, 8 years later. Almost 9, 8.5, and we're still doing it. Imagine that. Guys, I picked this beer to be the Beer Review 3000. This is AleSmith Brewing's. This is their Speedway Stout Bourbon Barrel Aged. This is the 2016 edition that my brother Rico sent me, and this one is done. They've done a ton of different versions of this beer. This one is Imperial Stout with coffee added, aged in bourbon barrels. And this one, particular one, is the one that was done with the Ryan Brothers coffee. So, the 2016 edition, if you will. Beer Advocate doesn't differentiate between the years or whatever. They do list a lot of different versions of Vietnamese coffee or this coffee or that coffee, but they didn't have this one listed special out like Untapped has. Untapped has this listed as the 2016 version. So, and most of them are around 12%, and being bourbon barrel aged. I've done the regular version of this several years ago, and he sent me this, and I put it in the closet for a while, and I thought, well, that's a good one for 3000, hopefully. We shall see how well the 2016 version of this. This is done with coffee, and we're in 2018. I'm hoping I'm still going to get some coffee. It says you can cellar and age this, but I just don't know how much the coffee will have faded or has faded on this particular beer, because it does fade, guys. I'm hoping it's still going to be enough coffee there to find it. So we shall see. Like I said, 12% Imperial or a double stout. I think these guys make an impressive Imperial Stout, guys. I do. So I'm anxious to see what the bourbon barrel aged version brings to the table. And like I said, they've done a ton of different versions of the Imperial bourbon barrels with different kinds of coffee and stuff. So let's get on with this and see what this one brings to the table. There was a time where I could not get these beers here, guys. They are starting to distribute here in Virginia. You have to go to the beer store. Kroger's and these places around here carry this beer. Martin out there at the Barrel Chest may carry different versions of this. I'm not sure. We just started getting these here about a year or so ago. So, and I have driven several hours down the road to get my hands on these beers before. So, have driven to Greensboro before to pick up some of this stuff before. So, let's see what this brings to the table. Final beer of the evening for me. Beer Review 3000. Big numbers. Big numbers. So, let me step over before I grab that bottle and see if Untapped has any more information. 12%. They don't have the IBUs here listed for this particular 2016 version. And I know it's 2016 because right here on the label and on the barrel, it says 2016. So, and also when I went to Untappd and looked at the 2016 version, it does have it listed as the Ryan Brothers coffee version. And that's what this one is. So, and it's got the thing on it. I'm going to see if I can get the cap off without peeling this off. A little bit of smoke, a little bit of hiss. And let's see if we can tear this off. Oh yeah, I like it when this foil comes off like this, one big piece. So let's get it into the glass. What do you think? Yeah, let's do it. Big 750 milliliter bottle here, guys. While I pour this, I will tell you, I'm just going down the center on this one. The cheese is buttery, brie, good Havarti Swiss, general chocolate, digestive. Meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glass by the pint, Becker, Nonic, tumbler, snifter, oversized wine glass. I got my favorite tulip glass today, and it says here you can sell it for a long period of time. So, I was thinking they dated their stuff, but they may not have been doing that back in 2016. About a quarter finger of head on that pour. Over into the light, guys, it is pitch black. No light at all through the thin part of the glass down here. To the nose we go. Definitely getting the big bourbon notes. The bourbon has survived very well. And I was thinking they left these in the bourbon barrels for like a year before they bottle them too. So I don't know how much the coffee fades while it's in the barrel, and then how much the coffee is going to fade after it's bottled. So if it was a year in the barrels, that means it was done in 2015 and bottled in 2016, and we're here in March of 2018. So technically 3 years since it was brewed, a year in the barrels and 2 years in the bottle. So smells very good. Definitely getting the bourbon, rich roasted malt. It's a little bit on the boozy side, but it's a 12%er, guys. I mean, you got to realize you're not drinking a 5% beer. This would be a great candidate to drink at home if you have one, or if you're out in a bar. Doubt they're going to be serving a 2016 version on tap. I would pretty much bet on that. But the bourbon is off the chain, guys. I'm definitely getting big notes of bourbon, roasted malt. Not getting any coffee on the nose right now. So it may have faded. So let's dive in and see what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Thank you, my brother. I do appreciate it, sir. The bourbon is there. Roasted malt. Hints of some bittersweet chocolate. And just a slight twinge of some coffee in there, guys. In 2016, this probably had big notes of coffee. When you barrel age a lot of beers that's had coffee introduced into them during the brewing process, they'll fade even in the barrel. Then 2 years in the bottle, the coffee is not going to be as impressive right now, in my opinion, as it would have been fresh in the bottle, or even before it was bottled, before they put it in the barrel, because that coffee fades, just like hops does, guys. That's a delicious beer, though. Even though the coffee is kind of subdued, I'm more interested in tasting a very nice, well-made stout with some bourbon notes in there. The coffee may show up as it comes up to room temperature, which we're going to let this do, and we're going to pour her a glass and enjoy this. Might have to step out on the deck and fire up a stogie to go with this one and let it warm up a little bit and see if we can get any more coffee notes than what we're getting right now. So it's there, but it's very subdued to me. But you know, I'm not buying the beer or reviewing the beer just to get those coffee notes, because I know what happens with coffee. And it does fade, guys. It does. You have to realize that. If you want to cellar this beer like I did for a little while, you're going to realize, or you got to realize, you're going to lose some of those coffee notes because you are cellaring a coffee beer. So I took that chance, and the coffee pays the price, but the bourbon notes are still there, and the quality Imperial Stout is still there. Very pleasant. Very, very pleasant. So with that being said, let me go sip on it for a while, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Very, very tasty beer. The coffee notes are faded a little bit, and then that's partially my fault because I cellared it. It's a 2016 edition of their barrel-aged version, bourbon barrel-aged version. Definitely getting the bourbon. I think the coffee notes have faded substantially, and they might have faded substantially being in the barrel for a whole year before they bottled it. I got a feeling if I'd have done this in 2016 when it came out fresh, I would have got a little more, maybe even a lot more coffee than what I'm getting now. Now that it's warmed up a little bit, I am getting some of the coffee, but it's very subdued, guys. And it doesn't seem to be as boozy as it was when it was fresh, cold, right out of the fridge. But the bourbon notes are there. I mean, they're carrying this beer. If you like a nice Imperial Stout, bourbon barrel age, you're not going to be disappointed with this. You may be disappointed with how much coffee is still left in the beer now. I am. I'm a little disappointed, but I knew when I seen it was done with coffee, I said, well, we're going to be lucky if we get some of that coffee, and it's there, but it's very subdued, guys. Let's do the final chug on beer review number 3000. Didn't think I'd ever get here. I really didn't. But thanks to my wonderful subscribers and breweries that's still sending me beer, we're still chugging right along, guys. Final chug. Wonderful aroma. I mean, the bourbon is there. It's off the chain still. A very nice rendition of an Imperial Stout bourbon barrel aged. Coffee's there, but it's very subdued, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you straight up. If you're expecting coffee off the chain, it's not there now. It has faded substantially. So, with that being said, I still think it's a wonderful beer. I still think it's an A beer. I'm not going to give it to 10 because the coffee has faded. It's partially my fault because I stuffed it in the closet for a couple of years. But I don't know if I would get more coffee fresh at 2016 in the bottle than I'm getting now. Probably so. If I was guessing, I would say I'd probably get a little more coffee than I'm getting now. But a lot of times when they do coffee and then they put it in a barrel for a whole year, you lose some of that coffee right off the bat. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to give this a 98. Not to the 10 because of the coffee. They added coffee and it's very subdued now. I don't think I would settle this beer for long. If you want to taste that coffee, you need to drink these coffee beers as fresh as possible because like what I have here, the coffee has faded substantially over time. It's not going to go bad. 12%, this beer is going to keep for 10, 15, even 20 years. But you're not going to taste that coffee just like what I'm having here. The coffee is very, very subdued. And the longer you cellar it, the less coffee you're going to taste. It's going to just fade out completely, guys. 20 years down the road, I doubt if you'd even find any kind of coffee in this beer. It would have faded out completely, guys. Just my opinion, though. Just my opinion. It is a wonderful beer, though. A very nice beer for Beer Review 3000. Enrico, thanks again, my brother. I do appreciate you sending it to me. Let's run over to Beer Advocate. I told you guys I'm going to give this an A. 98. That's where I'm going to put it. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 4.28, and that's in their A- range. I think it's a little bit better than that. I did enjoy this beer. I would buy this beer all day long, guys. AleSmith does some wonderful imperial stout, especially their Speedway Stout. I would like to taste a lot of the other variations they have, of different kind of coffee, Vietnamese and Hawaiian. There's so many. They've done a ton of different versions of this beer in different barrels or different coffees or whatever. Over to Untapped, and they have it listed as the 2016 version, which what I have here, they have it listed at 4.47. Not the best numbers from them, but definitely in their A scale. Definitely in their A scale. And that's where I'm putting it off. So, and 4.47 is in their upper end of the A scale. Not quite to the best numbers I've seen from those guys, but still definitely worth picking up. If you can get it and you don't mind paying, I'm sure this beer is not a cheap beer to buy. I looked back through my notes and I didn't see where Rico had sent it to me or what he paid for it. Rico, you might want to put that in the comments what you paid for this beer, because I couldn't find it in my notes here, and those notes may have been thrown away by now. It is what it is, guys, and I do appreciate all the wonderful subscribers that have supported me over the years. We're at Beer Review 3000. Imagine that. I can't imagine that. It just blows my mind that we're at that number of different beers or re-review beers. It's unbelievable to me, and I do appreciate all the support that I get from everybody. So, with that being said, if you've had this one, the 2016 edition, the one done with Ryan Brothers Coffee, let me know what you think, guys. And till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.